G'day, it's Ben here. Are you ready to learn how to create a powerful and effective prompt for your very own AI bot? Maybe you're, playing around with OpenAI, or you've got access to a CRM that has AI functionality, whatever it might be. I know that there's not a huge amount of resources out there at this stage on how to build these bots, but by the end of this video, I'm going to give you the exact steps to make sure that you can craft a prompt that makes your bot smart, engaging, and ready to serve your prospects and your customers, helping you grow your business. So let's dive in. Now, if you're wondering what a prompt for a bot looks like, I'm just going to quickly transition. This is my OpenAI account, and this is a prompt for our bot that is a web chat bot on our website, which is pretty exciting. Now, if you don't have a bot or you want to have an AI bot on your website or an SMS conversation or in your marketing, then head across to DigiSyncro, which is DigiSyncro, digisynchro.com, and check out our packages for our online CRM and marketing tool, because it gives you access to having your very own bot. But there's lots of other use cases, and you may have OpenAI yourself and you want to build your own assistant. So I'm going to make sure you learn how to do that today. What a bot does is it allows you to be able to create conversations inside of different platforms. So this one is our website chatbot, as you'll see, and I can just do a quick test here just to show you what it does. But you'll see that as this has a conversation with me, it is going to try and book an appointment with me. And as you can see there, it's asking me about my digital marketing needs. And you can see that it is saying, how can I assist with your digital marketing needs? And then I can start to go through and talk about, I need help with my website. And you'll see that the bot will start to have a conversation with me. It's quite human. And it's asking me a question now, what's the biggest challenge I have? And I might say, no traffic. I'll just do it real quick because I don't want you to be here for ages watching this, but I'll teach you exactly how I've programmed this. So now you can see it's asking me for my name, so it can personalize the chat, and I'm going to give it my name, and then we'll see what happens next. Nice to meet you, Ben. What's the monthly budget you've allocated for digital marketing? I'm just going to put a figure in there. Now, all of these questions, by the way, it has been asked for, in the bot, has been asked to get this information. So I'm just, once again, just giving it whatever I can here. And you'll see that it keeps the conversation going. And what it's eventually going to do is it's going to try and book a strategy session. You can see that it's done that. We can definitely help increase traffic to your website. Do you have any other questions, or shall we book a free 15-minute strategy session to explore how it can assist you further? Now, what I want to do is take you through some of the steps of building your own bot. So if you want to have an AI bot, or you've got some tool that requires you to build a prompt inside of OpenAI, or you might be using ChatGPT. I just want to give you some of the steps that help you build a bot, so you can make sure that your bot is human-like and it does the right thing and it behaves the way that you expect. So I'll go through some of those steps and I'll help you build your bot. So you might want to grab a pen and paper, whatever it is, but let's get through these things now. First of all, you want to start by introducing your bot. And what this does is it sets the stage, who your bot is and what role it's going to play. So for example, you could say in your prompt that you are a highly engaging, friendly virtual assistant for your company, and then your name is, and then give your bot a name. So I've named all of my bots, not that the bot cares, but when they're talking to somebody, it can actually use a name, and you can use any name you like. Name it whatever you like, make it so it's obvious that it's a bot, make it so it's not obvious, whatever you like. But I think it's important because giving your bot a name and a personality makes it more relatable and approachable for users that are having a conversation with your bot. Now remember, your bot is like an employee, so you want to define its character so it represents your brand. So next up is the main objective. What you want to do is you want to get clear on what your bot's job is. So be really clear and specific with your prompt so your bot knows what to do. So you might, for example, in the prompt, you might put, say, something like, your main goal is to assist customers with information about our services and help them book an appointment. Okay, something that clear makes it easy for the bot to know what to do. Think about this as the mission statement for your bot. Keep it focused on solving a specific problem or achieving a really clear goal, so it's easy for the bot to know what outcome you're after. Next up, you want to set a tone for the conversation, because every business is different as to the tone that they would like to have representing their brand. So how should your bot sound? Should it be friendly, professional, maybe humorous? And I'll give you an example once again. You could type something like this into your prompt. Be helpful and positive with a tiny bit of humor, but don't go overboard. Maintain a casual yet professional demeanor. Okay, so that's an example of how you could set the tone of your bot. And this is where your bot's personality is going to really shine through. So make sure it aligns with your brand voice and it feels authentic. Now, let's talk about the rules of the conversation, because this is where you're going to set boundaries for your bot. And this is where I think a lot of people go wrong when they're programming that AI bot. For instance, I'll give you some examples of the things that I like to, rules for my conversations with my bot. Keep replies short and concise. Nobody wants to read a novel from a chatbot, right? So keep replies short and concise, and then avoid certain topics, like maybe you want to avoid politics or food or recipes or whatever. The other thing is tell it what spelling you want it to use. So when I program my bots, I tell them to use Australian English. Now, I did start by using British English, but it interpreted that as, being a little bit more formal or poshness, So now that I've changed to Australian English, I'm finding that the bot has a more Australian sounding sort of tone to it, but the spelling is definitely Aussie spelling, which is great. Make sure you're really clear and upfront about what you want your bot to do and not do, okay? So be really clear. You can say, do not do this, and it won't do it, which is great. And clear rules are going to prevent your bot from going off track, and it'll ensure that you've got consistent professional communication as you build your AI bot out. Now, every bot needs to know about the company that it represents, so make sure that you provide a brief overview of your business. For example, we might do something like at DigiTLC, we make digital marketing simple and effective. Our friendly team helps businesses grow with tailored digital marketing strategies. Okay, so that's just a couple of sentences to give the bot some context as to who we are, and it's going to keep the bot's responses consistent with your company's values and offerings. You can also do things like upload a list of some, documents, etc., with a list of your services and other information to help it. And we'll talk a bit more about there shortly. But here's where the real magic happens, and that is the conversation flow. So you want to outline step by step what the bot should do in specific scenarios. So I actually outline step 1, step 2, step 3, and make it really clear. But for example, some of the steps I might use are, for example, step 1, greet the user by their first name. And if you don't have their first name, ask for it. Now, you saw that in my demo there quickly with the playground. And I do that because I want the conversation to be more personable. One of the steps was to ask for their challenges with digital marketing. You saw it do that. So that is one of the steps that I've instructed the bot to do. I also want it to collect key details like name, email, and phone number. And ours is connected to our marketing automation CRM, so it puts those details in there for us automatically. You might want it to offer solutions, suggest next steps, such as booking a free consultation or, applying for something by pressing a link. So the bot could provide a link for a free quote, whatever it might be. But by mapping this out, your bot's going to handle all the conversations smoothly and effectively, and it's going to make sure that it doesn't get lost in the whole conversation process. Now, if your bot books appointments, make sure you give it really clear instructions. With our bot, we say we always ask for the user's preferred date and time before it provides any slots. Now, with our bots, they're actually looking at our availabilities in our calendars. I know not all CRMs can do that. DigiSyncro does. So once again, if you're interested in finding out more, digisyncro.com, go and check it out. But what it does is we've told our bot to always ask the user's preferred time and date, and also then provide a few available slots, and also then confirm details before finalizing the appointment. And then what this does is ensure that our bot's process is seamless and user-friendly. And you want to make sure that when you set these bots up, that it does do that. Finally, don't forget to include any supplementary information that you think might be important or that the bot might be asked. So you can add things like your company's phone number, a support email addresses, a list of FAQs. So, if somebody asks a question that's nothing to do with the bot's primary goal, it can still answer the question. You may be able to link to other information on your website as well. Some processes and systems allow you to do that, and the bot can use these details to guide users. So it can go and crawl through all the data on your website. And that's it. So by following these steps, you can create a prompt that really empowers your AI bot so it delivers an exceptional experience for people. One of the thing about my bot is, and you've got to tweak it, but the reality is now most people that have a chat with the bot quite often don't realize they were talking with a bot, particularly in our SMS responses. So we've got bots in SMS, we've got them in our Messenger, Facebook Messenger, we've got them on our website, and they're working really, really well. So, it's just about giving the bot really clear prompts. So if you are building your own bot out, that's some really helpful hints for you. Now, if you did find this helpful, give it a like, share it around, and let me know in the comments what kind of bot you're building. I'd love to hear from you as to what it is you're doing with your bot. And if you need any help, call. Just ask in the comments down below. We'll do what we can to help you. And of course, if you don't have a tool that allows your CRM to have AI bot conversations with prospective customers or existing customers, then head to digisyncro.com. That is without the H, so it's DigiSyncro, digisyncro.com. It's all about synchronizing your digital marketing with technology and giving you the best possible, most efficient way of communicating with your potential customers and getting more sales. All right, hopefully you found that helpful. And until next time, I hope you generate lots of leads online. See you later.